Hello everybody, welcome to another video. Today I'm not doing a time lapse, but I wanted to talk about art supplies. Cheaper, is it better, worse? I plan on also making videos with the supplies as well, but I wanted to talk about it in this video. So I went to the dollar store and I picked up a few things, and also wanted to show you a few things I bought from like online, Amazon, and also other stores. The first one I want to talk about is watercolor paint. This was at the dollar store. It depends. I don't know if you guys would have it in your area, but I don't know if it depends on what your store brings in. But the bottles aren't very big. So I guess if you don't use watercolors very often, it's a good source. Or if you're a little bit low on income, like I can be sometimes, sometimes you might have to go cheaper. But here are the bottles. They're pretty small. They're 0.32 fluid ounces. So I mean, obviously you don't have to use a whole lot when you use watercolors. But if you're one of those who strictly use a lot of watercolor media, maybe you want to go a bit bigger, but and maybe better quality depending on your media and art skills. I also wanted to point out, speaking of skills, like you don't have to buy expensive art supplies in order to make good art. So I mean, yes, there's a lot of cheap art supplies. You kind of get what you pay for, so you kind of have to watch out and make sure you test out the supplies, make sure they're good enough, kind of just have to trial and error kind of thing. You can find something really cheap that can be really amazing, but you can also find something that's really expensive and come out not so well. My next one I found metallic markers. Now, and I really can't wait to try these out. You usually can only find metallics online with colored pencils or markers, pens, whatever. So me finding these at the dollar store was kind of cool. You only get, you know, eight markers, but it's the primary colors mostly, besides like the gold and stuff. But I want to make videos as well showing me using these cheaper art supplies to see how the work comes out, and show you guys, you know, what came out of it, and maybe give you guys a bit of inspiration where to look for some art supplies. Now, another thing I found, it's Office Hub brand, and it's from the dollar store as well. It's called liquid highlighters. Okay, like a pen. And I never used highlighters really on artwork. I've seen some artists as well in other videos, and like Instagram and stuff use highlighters. And it's kind of cool when they use them for like glow art and stuff. You kind of be careful when you do it on toned paper. I mean, obviously the highlighters are going to work very well. But these are pens and liquid. So kind of interesting to see how those will work as well. Another thing I wanted to talk about is paper quality. I use Canson, Strathmore. I go through the Sketchbox subscription. They give you pretty good quality paper. Just little sketchbooks to go with the medium they give you. So I mean, Sketchbox again. I did a Sketchbox opening. You can find those in my videos. You can find the video there. They give pretty cool art supplies. Pretty good quality of paper. I'm sure you can find, you know, bigger pieces elsewhere after trying it out from the Sketchbox subscription. But here is watercolor paper I got from Sketchbox, and it's pretty good. It comes like in a block, so you have to tear out a piece, but it's really good quality, and it's 100% cotton. So depending on your taste of quality of paper, cotton's pretty good for watercolor, and even graphite. Another one is Arnhem 100% rag paper. It's a variety of techniques including printmaking, drawing, lettering, and painting. And this is again Arnhem 1618 cotton paper from, again, Sketchbox. So pretty good quality still. Try it out. So this Canson mixed media sketchbook I got from the store. I think it was Walmart, but I mean they had it, so I mean it's a bigger sketchbook, pretty good quality, and you could tear out the papers with a straight line if you want to do that. Another brand I got actually on Amazon is the extra large Canson Bristol board paper. Now personally I like Bristol board, especially when you do portraits and even anime illustrations. The paper it doesn't bend very easy and it's better quality, and you can use marker and graphite on there. Another brand I again like to use is Strathmore, and this is the regular Strathmore drawing pad. I also have toned paper as well. This is from Strathmore. I'm currently working on this piece, but it's gray toned Strathmore paper. It does really well in bringing out the colors. So if you really want to make your colors pop, toned paper is very good to use as well. And I also got another medium from Amazon called Hashi Oil Pastel. And these are actually kind of cool, kind of fun, you know. They kind of remind me of big crayons. But they're also water soluble. Soluble, if I'm saying that right, forgive me. So it's like watercolor, but pastel. So like if you add a bit of pastel on the paper, and make sure you use the right quality of paper like I showed. Otherwise, especially if you're going to use water. And you add water to it, and it acts like watercolor, and it's just kind of neat. This is what they look like. So they are pretty good. Aquarelle oil pastels. So go ahead and look those up if you want. I found them on Amazon. Here's what they look like again. And behind me, I did this piece with the Hashi watercolor pencil or pastels. So it came out pretty good in my opinion, but I mean, it's up to your taste and what you like to use again. So I wanted to make this video to show you different products that you can find pretty good art supplies from the Dollar Tree, dollar store, whatever you may have. I even found they have some pretty decent brushes, and again, some are pretty cheap and they break really easy and the bristles fall out and it goes into your paint, which is pretty frustrating. So with brushes, you kind of have to be a bit more careful on, of course. But hey, you know, if you want to try them out and you're on a budget at the moment and you want to get your stuff going again, go ahead and give it a try. Again, I'll make some videos, art videos, time-lapse of me using these products, and we'll see how they turn out. And so again, like I said, you don't have to buy the most expensive art supplies to make good art. I mean, the ones behind me, I just used regular colored pencils and graphite. I'm not saying I don't have some pretty good name brands, but I don't have a lot of it. But I mean, when you get them, they're amazing. Like, Prismacolor colored pencils is one of the best colored pencils you can use. They go on the paper so smoothly, almost like pastel or paint. Like, it's amazing, but they are pricey. Again, Prismacolor is another good brand you can get if you want to spend a bit more money. And I also have a few other things and brands, cheaper to expensive. I can't always spend a whole lot of money on art supplies, so when cheaper is sometimes better, especially if you have to. So I wanted to share these 3 little things I got from the dollar store. The metallic markers is kind of cool. So and also you can find sketchbooks there, and sometimes they're only like little ones, but they're pretty decent. And I found 2 that were hard covered, so that's cool. I also like to support my local craft stores, so if you have any there, give them a try too. I'm sure you have, given, you know, if you make your art videos and you do a lot of art like I do. So it depends on where you are, what you sell, what products they come with, and the brands they provide. So Art Skills is one of the main, again, brands that you'd find in a dollar store. Also Office Hub, these highlighters were under the office supplies. I mean, I came across it and I was like, cool, you know? Where you find like all your pencils, pens, your dry erase markers, erasers, notebooks, whatever, the office supplies in the Dollar General or Dollar Tree. Anyway, I'm going to give those a try too, see how they come out. Maybe I'll do an anime piece or one of my own characters again with the highlighters. Kind of sound fun, really. But that's all I wanted to talk about today in this video was, is cheaper better? And I will continue another video showing the cheaper supplies I'm using to see if they are better or not with the ones I bought. So, I hope you guys keep going, keep doing what you love, don't stop doing it, and don't be afraid to try new supplies, whether cheap or expensive. Okay, it's your choice. I'm just trying to share a little bit of both that I have. And also remember, if you're using water, be careful with the paper you're using. Sometimes that can ruin your piece. So, and again, you don't have to go expensive on watercolor paper either, but it also depends on your taste, like I said, what and how the art piece comes out. So sometimes it may not come out the way you want, but again, you guys should totally try these Hashi oil pastels, water soluble, pastel and watercolor kind of medium, and they're pretty fun to use. Again, I made my character back there with those and it turned out pretty good. So give it a try, and I used watercolor paper for that too, for the oil pastels. Plus, I mean, the watercolor paper has texture to it, so the pastel will go on pretty deep into the paper. So try pastels on watercolor paper too, see how that comes out. Maybe with the metallic markers, or markers in general, like Copic markers, anything, try to find some good paper, like marker grade paper, and you can even try the watercolor based paper for the markers, see how that goes. It'll absorb into the paper pretty good, but again, depends on your art style, so, and what art piece you want to do, how you want it to look. So again, I hope you guys have a good evening, good morning, good night, wherever you are, and I hope this helped and hope inspired you to keep moving, no matter what your budget is. Don't be afraid to try new things. So I hope to see you guys in my next videos using these supplies, and I'll see you guys next time.